All right, I think we are officially live now, and joined with a couple other YouTubers here. Maybe some others might pop in as well. We have Joshua Bane over here with Bane Tech, and Jordan Keys. And what's the name of your channel, by the way, Jordan?
Twill.tv.
Twill.tv. That's right. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of it. So anyway, a
If my
couple
lower third
YouTubers.
were working, you could see that.
Yeah, I know. I know. Mine works. See, I got it covered.
Yeah.
I think
We're
you
basically here
sabotaged
just
us,
to.
Jordan.
Yeah, we're gonna do a recap a little bit about what happened today in the Google event in San Francisco. Basically, Google has announced two new Nexus devices, two different Chromecast devices, and talked a little bit more about Android Marshmallow or Android 6.0. So that's basically kind of the overview, and we want to just break down each of these devices and kind of talk about what we've got. So I'll just tell you, for me, because of what I do for a living in YouTube, I ordered everything that they announced. So if they announced it, I ordered it. But other people may have different feelings, because basically I'm going to review it all and we're going to talk about it, and I'll do videos on everything, and I'll form my opinion at that point. But I'm just curious, what about you guys? Like Josh, did you decide to get anything? What's going on?
Yeah, at the time, I just ordered the 6P. Out of the Nexus ones that they released, that's the one that caught my attention. I wanted to get both. It was very tempting to get both because even the 5X is at a reasonable price. And but for now, just the Nexus 6P. I was tempted to get a Chromecast, the new one, the version 2, whatever it's called. But like I don't have the beefiest router or the beefiest internet, so it doesn't really make sense to get one just because it's got better internet capabilities on the Chromecast for my situation. So it's one of those things like I could get it, but I'm probably just going to hold off for a while.
Mhm.
But that's all that I got. All I got was a 6P.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Jordan, what about you?
Which will actually be the first Huawei device that I've ever gotten.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I went back and forth on it, and I actually didn't order anything right away. I sat here and thought about it and had dinner and everything. I came back later this evening, and I finally hit the button. I ordered the 5X.
Okay.
Sounds like an odd one, but I had the Nexus 5. Love the Nexus 5. Ended up selling it to a friend who needed a replacement device, and I skipped the Nexus 6 entirely because it just, larger device. I already had the One Plus One. At this point, I've got the One Plus Two and the G4, and so I've got kind of my large device quota filled there. I had the Galaxy S6 for a little while. I was testing it for Verizon, and I actually really liked going back to a smaller device. So when I saw this one and it's a little smaller, it's a little, thought it was worth a shot. And I figure the worst case scenario, if I don't like it, maybe something for a giveaway down the road, and maybe upgrade to the Nexus 6P.
Okay, very cool. What do you guys think about the price point? I mean, I feel like the price point of the Moto X is on spec with other devices like the Moto X, like the OnePlus 2. But what are you guys feeling about these price points with these two flagships, these Nexus X, 5X, and P6? Oh,
They're
wall there.
pretty
Go ahead.
fair.
They're pretty fair.
Yeah, I was just trying to put my thoughts together for a second.
Yeah.
But I think they're pretty fair for the most part because the 5X, I guess you could say, like you said, the Moto X would be the main competitor with that.
Okay.
I would give the Moto X the edge on it, but as far as the prices go, comparing straight across the board, because you got like SD card support, bigger screen, things like that, dual front-facing speakers, a lot more features to the Moto X. I would say that the 6P has the edge over the X, but it's definitely more expensive. Like I got the 64 gigs, so I spent $550 plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, I guess they're fair. I want to say that, and put it this way: I'm a lot more willing to spend the money on the the 6P than I was with the Motorola Nexus device. To me, like the price point, that just because of the quality that I had the experience with the Nexus 6, the Motorola version, I think that the price that's being sold at right now is what it should have been introduced as
Gotcha.
far as what I think the quality was like.
Nice. What about you, Jordan?
As compared to some of the other ones on the market, like I said, I've been using the OnePlus 2 for a little while now. The OnePlus 2 64 gig version was right at $400 shipped to me, and I just paid right at $400 to have the very lowest end Nexus 5X shipped to me. I'm not going to say that the Nexus is going to blow me away when it put next to this. The Snapdragon 810 gets really hot, so it'll be nice to get away from that, but going to something with 2 gigs of RAM and potentially a potato camera, because Nexuses are known for that.
I know.
I don't know. I'm hoping, since it's supposed to do 1080p on the front-facing camera, that at least the front-facing will be halfway decent, because even on this one, front-facing is 720p video on OnePlus 2. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, for being supposed to be this flagship device, there's some disappointing things with that OnePlus 2, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought the 5X did not have HD front-facing recording.
Does it not? I thought I saw somebody. I don't know. There's been so many videos floating around. I don't even know at this point.
I would have to look at the specs in the store. I mean, I think it has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, but I don't know what its recording specs are.
And if it's 5 megapixel, it should be fully capable of it. The sensor should be capable of it.
Right.
It's all in whether they actually make it happen.
Sure.
You know, if they put a decent enough lens on it to do it.
OnePlus One was like that last year. Like they had the ability, but it wasn't there.
Yeah, but then somebody hacked it and they opened it up in software. So the hardware was capable, the software was not for some reason.
Interesting. Well, I'm seeing that too with the Nexus. These two new Nexus devices, they both have the same back camera, but I'm seeing that there's like a slow-mo mode on the 6P that is so many frames per second, but the slow-mo mode on the 5X is a lot. It doesn't have as many frames. So like I think one's 120 frames and one's like 60 frames. I don't know, something like that.
120 and 240.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same camera, right? Why can't it do it again? It's probably software, right? I'm assuming.
Right. But I mean, I don't think there's anything that much extra in the Snapdragon 810 versus the 808. Those 2 extra cores, I don't know if it'd make that big of a difference or not.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing this camera though, because they're talking about the sensor in the event, and I'm like, ooh, this looks good. Are we finally going to get a Nexus device with a good camera? Because honestly, like my Nexus 6 right here, that's probably my biggest drawback with this phone. I love the phone. I love the screen size. I love the front-facing speakers. The camera is just not good. I mean, it's livable, but it's just not like it's not a Samsung camera. It's not an LG G4 camera or G4 camera. It's just not one of these cameras, and it's just I would love to get a Nexus device that has that solid camera experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going way back in time here. When I got the Nexus 5, the camera on it was just kind of terrible. The battery life was kind of terrible. So I bought the G2, the LG G2 at the time. And those were, one was kind of based off of the other. Mm-hmm. And it was just night and day difference. Much better battery life, much better camera. Software, it's LG software. So, yeah. But it was just like, why couldn't they have done this with the Nexus device? Why, if it's... Hopefully they don't do it wrong this time.
Yes, I know.
That's what I'm really curious about too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really curious about that because, like the G3 and the G4 arguably have like at the times of their releases like some of the best cameras out there. So I'm really curious to see if they're going to implement that into the Nexus. And if they do, that's going to be pretty straight.
Nice. I hear you. I'm like so. I mean, the two devices are good. I'm definitely excited to see them up in person, and also actually use the fingerprint scanner. I'm curious to see if it's on par with the other devices like the OnePlus 2 or the Samsung devices we've all mentioned, and even that finger placement. I think I'm gonna like that. I'm not sure though. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm used to the home button, so it's kind of weird.
I've seen a lot of really good fingerprint sensors lately.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things about the G4 and the G3, when you got used to using the power button and the volume rocker on the back, you go to another phone and you're still reaching for that area.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Totally understand. Actually, what drives me nuts is when they revert the power button and the volume up and down button. Like the power button's below the volume up and down. Oh, it irks me, dude. Yes. I'm constantly hitting that volume button. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. What are you guys' feelings on the Chrome audio? I mean, that's a new device. That's totally new. I guess I saw some things about it. We weren't really expecting it. It looks to me like something that could be like really awesome, but I just don't know if it's going to be as useful as like the Chromecast. I'm just I don't know. What are your guys' takes on that?
I think you could definitely find some uses for it. I don't think in my family we'd actually use it that much, so I kind of off on that one too. But I could see some uses for it if we just like kind of on purpose used it. But the way that we use entertainment in our house is mostly, TV or video or something like that. We don't really have too much going on.
Yeah.
It's kids stuff most of the time anyways too, so if I'm listening to my stuff, it's going to be like away from the family.
Gotcha. What about you, Jordan? What are you thinking?
I think if you have some sort of a dedicated stereo system, which I know a lot of people do, personally I've never been that big into that. I'm more the video audio experience together. But if you're and I'm not going to say this is an audiophile device because it obviously will not be, but if you're the kind of person that does have a dedicated stereo but you maybe don't want that video experience with it, I could see that. I don't know, since it's the same price point, I can't really see the justification in doing one over the other unless you have that dedicated stereo and you don't care about the full media center experience.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I kind of feel like it's something that could be, it's a very targeted market. I almost feel like it could be something that, like, you see this one Chromecast audio device and next year it's gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just the feeling.
Sounds a little like a Nexus Q.
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly.
This will be the Chromecast Q.
Yeah, exactly. I just wonder if it's something that's going to play out like that. I mean, Chromecast already has enough people using it that, it's obviously got a market. Obviously, that's why they have the second generation of it. And I actually like the style; it looks cool. But I'm just not seeing that with the audio. But maybe it's just me, or I'm not into it, or whatever. So. But.
Yeah, I just got a question through email. Someone asking if we were going to have the Q&A section open here.
I don't know if I can open that. Let's try. I would love to have some Q&A. Here we go. Let's see. This feature is disabled. Why is it disabled?
That's what I said when I
broke right now.
Maybe Hangouts is messed up.
It could be. I mean, for those of you watching home, that before we started all this, Josh and I were going back and forth trying to get our lower thirds working. For some reason, it just said no dice. So something may be screwed up in the Hangout session.
Yeah. Wait a second.
You can tag us in comments on social media or something like that.
Yeah, you can do Twitter or something. I mean, I'll follow you on Twitter. We'll look. If you guys have specific questions you want to ask about it, I definitely could follow Twitter. Just tweet to any of us. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Bane Tech.
Yes.
Junkie.
Yeah, mine's Rude Junkie.
It was a twill.tv spell.
Twill.tv, yep.
Yep, cool. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think Hangouts is jacked up, honestly. It's kind of weird, but anyway. Yeah, so, all right, so then I guess the one thing we haven't really talked about is Android M. And is there anything in Android M that you guys are like really pumped to see on these devices? Is there something like some specific feature? I've been playing with Now on Tap, honestly, on my Nexus 6 because they re-enabled it finally on the preview. So that's pretty cool. It's a neat feature. I'll probably do maybe a little video on it. I don't know if anybody's interested about that, but I think that's a pretty cool feature, and it just makes sense to be able to basically Google search anything on your screen by just tapping it. It's pretty cool. Have you guys messed with it at all? Have you used it?
No. I haven't touched it yet.
I haven't been able to myself.
Okay.
Yeah. But as far as what I'm looking forward to, like the Now on Tap sounds pretty awesome. I'm for anything that cuts out steps and trying to get to the place that I want to be. So it seems like that's going to do that. Some of the just different smaller stuff about like the notification panel, the different little adds to that. That's the kind of stuff that I look forward to, just making it more user-friendly. And making it to where it's like, what I like about what we did with Lollipop and see what like Marshmallow's kind of be like the thing that off is that it's making it to where like I love to install some ROM, but it's getting to a point to where you don't necessarily need to install some ROM to enjoy stock Android. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you, Jordan?
I can definitely agree on the Now on Tap stuff. That any sort of context-aware search, I think, is excellent moving forward. Being able to be watching something and double tap on something and, oh, look, here's more information about the actors in this movie I'm watching, or more info on this YouTube channel I'm paying attention to. But also, I'm looking forward to the I can't remember what they called it, the power-sensitive feature, the Doze.
Yes.
I heard
yes.
some mixed thoughts on it initially, but anything that can help improve battery life when you have devices that don't have great battery life. I'm just gonna,
S6, G4.
Yeah.
Dude, the S6 was so bad. I mean, literally, I literally sold that device already just because it was so bad.
Yeah. When you have to put an external battery case on it.
You can't use it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just have it.
The Note 5, on the other hand, like it's not the best, but it's definitely a lot better than the S6.
Yep. Yeah, no, my Note 5 is fine. I use it right now. It's actually the device I'm using. It's my daily driver, and no problem. It lasts me all day. That's all I need. I need you to last me my 12 hours or whatever until I can slap it on a charger while I'm playing on my computer. That's all I care about. If it does that, we're good. If it doesn't, things got to go. So.
Yeah. I'm the same way. This year's been such a bad year of battery life, so it'll be a breath of fresh air if this. Especially with the 6P having the beefier battery and in a thinner body, and having all these battery-saving software, it sounds like it's going to be a winner.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've played with Doze because Doze is actually already on the preview. You can actually kind of see some of that functionality, and I mean, it seems to work. It's kind of a background thing. You don't really notice it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you have official live,
I almost think that Doze would benefit tablets more because I'm going to have a phone or a tablet laying down longer than I would a phone. Now that I'm at an office job, it's a little different. Like I was, this time last year, I was out and about doing a lot of stuff, and I would stick with that opinion. But at work now, my phone, is on the desk more while I'm working on a computer and things like that. So I can see Doze really coming into play with that kind of lifestyle or use, but especially for tablets because, the way I use a tablet is basically for just a couple purposes for a short amount of time. Like I don't necessarily consume a lot of stuff on a tablet. So when I put it down, it'll probably sit there for a day or two at times before I pick it back up.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with tablets. That's exactly how I am. I'll set it down for a while and it can sit there. But normally what I do, because I feel like I set them down too long, I'll just turn them off when I'm done using them and turn them back on. So, it's basically how I handle it. Because it might be 5 days because I really use my phone. I mean, my phone is it, man. I think it's my phone or my computer. So.
Yeah.
Right.
And doing the tech review thing, having so many devices laying around, if you don't turn it off, you'll come back to it several days later. It's 0%.
Exactly.
I got kind of distracted earlier because I looked down. I saw the ZUK Z1. I've had this sitting basically. It's freaking out. Sitting since I got back from China because I don't want to use the Chinese software that came on it. It's still got charge. It's at like 20% battery life.
Wow. Yeah, I have to turn them off. Otherwise, when I want to pick one up and do a video on it, because some development happens, it's like dead, and I gotta wait. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me! Oh, you gotta be kidding me right now! It pisses me off. So, anyway. Well, I think that's.
What you guys think about the Pixel C?
Oh, good question. I forgot about that device. Yeah, that's
I was going to ask you about that.
I'll give you my kind of feelings with it, I guess. I'll give you. I mean, I didn't buy it. I don't think it's available yet. I was looking into buying it possibly, but I didn't do it yet. So anyway, I would say the keyboard design looks like it's pretty cool. It seems I like the layout of it. I would say it's basically a tablet with this detachable keyboard. I mean, it's pretty standard, right? It's like the Surface Pro. You can get a keyboard that attaches to your iPad. It's kind of the same concept, you know what I mean? So I wasn't like blown away by its concept, but at the same time, I mean the magnets I think is cool. I like that as long as they're strong enough to actually hold correctly. It looked like it was, but so I mean there's some things that I'm kind of like
nervous.
Yeah.
I wonder how nervous that guy was when he held that up.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, when he held up the tablet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That would
do.
have been an epic fail if that would have fallen.
I do feel like though that thing might be just a little overpriced. I mean, that's my initial reaction. I feel like $500 for basically the tablet, and then another 150 for the keyboard is just too much. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like the right pricing for that device to me.
Well, as far as I've been looking at it, it's a confusing device. It's another one of those. It's got the NVIDIA processor in it, the NVIDIA X1, which is ridiculously overpowered for a tablet today. I mean, even the processors we've got in the flagship phones today, the Snapdragon 808 and 810, are a lot more powerful than what Android is actually taking advantage of for the most part. And then you throw something like the Tegra K1 and now the Tegra X1. It's like, wait, you're throwing almost desktop-class processors with almost desktop-class graphics in a mobile device with software that's not going to take advantage of it for 2 to 3 more years. It's nice to have it. It's great, and especially if they continue to support it. I've got the Nexus 9 sitting here. Hadn't been turned on in quite a little while. Might be the subject of a giveaway sometime soon.
Wow.
Because it's a great device. It's just it's got so much power and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that. I feel like that too, and I think that's a little bit why this year is kind of the year of budget devices, because they're making these budget devices that are technically they're really fine. They run Android great. Okay, it's a $200 device, but it actually works really, really well. If you can deal with not having the specs, then you have a solid device for a great price. I mean, it really is the year of these budget devices. It really is, because they're instead of being these cheap pieces of junk that you don't want to have in your hand. Like, I got the Moto G, like, was it 3rd gen around now, whatever, and I love that thing. I used it for like 2 or 3 weeks. It had no problems with it. I mean, it's not a flagship by any means, but a great device.
Yeah. Well, and even the ultra budget devices. I'm doing a little series over on XDA about anything you can get that's under $100, and they're not great. They're not the best thing ever. They all have pretty terrible cameras. But I took the Moto E to Chicago with me and took it on a several-day trip there, and it was great. It had decent battery life. It had enough power. GPS and everything worked. 4G worked. So to say that I can get it for a device for $50 to $75 right now that'll do 4G, that has Android 5.1.1 on it, wow.
Yeah,
doesn't run as well as the flagships, but
like the time I used the Moto E too, I was pretty surprised. I'm like, I could actually, if you're going to have like a backup phone, if you're just really kind of attached to these flagships, like if you had to have your device worked on or something like that, the Moto E would get you by just fine. You wouldn't miss too much, except for the pictures, of course. That was pretty rough. But excuse me. The Pixel C, like you were talking about the keyboard and all that kind of stuff, I'm actually using I got a cough right now. Sorry. It's going crazy. But anyways, I'm actually using the Surface Pro right now, the Surface Pro 3, and I can't stand this setup. Like the kickstand, you have to always worry about kicks. The keyboard is flimsy. So if they're going for that style, I do appreciate how they made it firm to where you could put it on your lap if you wanted to. You didn't have to have it on a flat surface to be able to use it. And so that really to me, but like I don't like this. If I'm going to be using computing, like I don't really like anything under 13 inches, because if I'm going to be like the Surface Pro is 12.1 inches, I think, and just for using that all day for a work computer, it just really makes it difficult to see stuff at times. So I don't know, like for it being a Chromebook kind of style, like I think it's definitely overpriced. But at the same time, what the other Pixels, weren't they like around $1,000 when they came out?
Yeah, they were expensive. Yep.
So I mean, they did step back on their price quite a bit compared to those, but it doesn't seem like it's the same kind of device at all because it's more of a tablet style.
Correct.
So it's kind of like a 50-50 feelings about the Pixel C.
Did you guys see the battery? I thought, maybe I just saw something that was wrong, but I thought I saw something with the battery that thing's only like
4,000.
Oh, is it 4,000? I thought I saw something smaller. Okay, 4,000 is
even 4,000 seems a bit small. Yeah. Because normally on a tablet that size, you'd be seeing 7 or 8,000.
Right. So I
Sort of a
mean,
minimum 6.
Yeah.
yeah, and then the thing is that it's cool that the keyboard charges off of it with
Yeah.
induction,
Inductive,
which
that's
is cool. But if
Yeah.
you already have a small battery, maybe not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
I
gonna
don't know.
be plugged in often. If you use, I guess it depends how you use it, but yeah, like for a tablet or I don't know, like don't Chrome last for a long time. I haven't used one in a long time,
A Chromebook.
but
I think the only
yeah.
one I've ever used was the original
Battery life, aren't those?
CR48.
I had that too.
You had that too. I had a pretty old one too. I don't know. I think it lasted like 3 or 4 hours. It wasn't like super long. At least the one I had.
Okay, I don't know. I haven't used one in a long time. I got some family members that use them, but that's about it.
Have you guys
Yeah,
seen any?
it was.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I think our freaking video feed, I don't know if on my end, but it's just like, I feel like when I'm about to talk, it's like like the feed is like delayed somehow. It's weird. I don't know.
It's probably Hangouts.
Yeah, Hangouts is crap. I'm going to Blab. Blab is so much better.
Yeah, all right. We'll try that next time, Josh. Have you guys seen anybody commenting on Twitter about this?
No, I haven't seen any
Not to
tweets
me.
yet.
Somebody wants to know how we compare the Nexus 6P to the HTC One. I think he's talking about the M9 or M8, I'm assuming.
Who's
Anybody have
HTC?
Yeah, HTC One M9, I'm assuming they're talking about.
Right.
You missed my lame joke.
Oh, I did. What did you say?
I said, who's HTC?
Oh. Dude, that is true. I had the HTC One M9 for, like, I don't know, a couple months, and nobody was interested in it. Nobody cared about that device. The M8 was cool. Everybody was like, yeah, M8, awesome. The M9, it's like nobody cared. It was like it didn't exist. So, I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't even consider getting an HTC over 90% of the stuff that's out right now. I'd take a Moto G over a HTC M9, I think.
A Moto G. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I know what I'm getting for the money, at least. If I'm going to be spending the same amount of money on an M9, I could have a lot better device.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely get the Nexus over. I would get even last year's Nexus, honestly, over the M9 personally. You know what I mean? They're just way better development, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that.
I think HTC was in a really good place when they put out the original, the M7, the HTC One M7, and since then they just haven't, for whatever reason, they haven't kept up. It seems like their design decisions keep going back and forth. They don't know where they want to go, and it's hurting their bottom line. So.
Yeah, they need a comeback. They really do. It's kind of getting ridiculous because they got to come back with something that
about a new device coming in the next few weeks, few months. The A9 possibly, or the Astro 9, or I don't know what it was going to be.
Yeah, this audio is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's very delayed, isn't it?
It's a huge delay. It's like we have to make a point to stop what we're saying, so that way we can see if somebody else is about to say something. It's
Wow. I don't know. I think that's pretty much all the questions I'm really seeing in here for Hangouts, or just looking at my Twitter feed. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing that much, but yeah. Anyway, that's basically the recap I wanted to do. Anyway, we kind of covered all the devices that were announced. You know, basically all the announcements. There wasn't too much more than what we basically went through. So.
I do like the protection plans. I thought those were
that's
cool
a good
options.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I mean, for 2 years, the prices that they had are very, very good prices. Completely beats out like anybody else's protection plans.
Well, yeah, because whatever, most like Verizon and different places, they do like what, like $10 a month normally or something like that. So
Got a deposit on top of that.
How much is a Square Trade plan?
It was like Square Trade is usually. I guess it depends on the amount of the device.
Right.
But I want to say it's like an average $100, $8,900 for the like a $600 device.
Okay. So it's comparable then, almost, right?
But I think that's for 1 year though, not 2 years. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at Square Trade for a while, but
Yeah.
I don't think the prices would change that much.
Mm-hmm. I don't ever break my devices. I put them in a case, and I haven't broken a screen yet, and I have like tons of them. So it's not
I
something.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped paying for a protection plan a long time ago because it's like the whole concept of insurance. You're paying into it so much, but then you're not. By the time like you could have just saved up for another device.
Yep. Right.
With the money that you spend on insurance. So.
Right.
But
well,
I mean, I've got good luck with devices. Knock on wood. I know some people they break a phone like every other month. It's ridiculous.
Every other month.
I used to work at a. Like seriously, I worked at a cell phone repair shop for a few months, and we saw repeat customers like every month. It was ridiculous. It's like put a case on it.
One of my friends' wives. The reason that I sold my Nexus 5 a while back, one of my buddy's wives has the Nexus 5, dropped it, smashed it. Bought mine, dropped it, smashed it. Got the screen replaced, dropped it, smashed it. This is within the span of like a month and a half. It's like, that's it, $100 phone, have fun. Let's see you break this one.
I got a buddy the same way. I mean, every time I see him, he has a cracked phone, is what he has. His screen's always cracked every time. He gets a new one, he cracks it within like 2 months.
That's why when my dad came to me looking for a new device, I hooked up with an old Windows phone. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, I think that's your audio or something, man. I think you're lagging. I feel like I can hear Jordan fine. It's pretty big.
I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. My upload speed's not great. I've got 3 megabits, and I'm thoroughly saturating it right now with upload speeds. I need to get out of the boonies.
The boonies. Nice.
Move to Kansas City by what would Josh do? Just some Google Fiber.
Now Josh is answering me on Hangouts. It's about time, Josh. Oh my goodness. You want to see if we can get him in here for 2 seconds? Let's see if we can get him in here.
Say, what did you buy?
Yeah, what did you buy? We'll
Actually, if I saw earlier, he bought the 5X.
Yeah, I
did. About that on Twitter.
Let's see. Let's see if he'll join. You can talk while I'm waiting. I'm typing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Someone just messaged me.
Looks like a Square Trade for 2 years for something that's not an iPhone or a Galaxy phone is like $100 for 2 years.
So that's comparable.
But you do have a deductible with them. I don't know about the Google plan. I missed some of that.
I didn't see it. It looked like it was just kind of like, here's your, 80. What did it say? $89 for
$89.
Yeah, for the SP or 6P. What am I saying?
Mm-hmm.
For the 6P or SP?
6P.
6P, SP. Yeah. There's too many phones, man. It's like the S6, the 6X, the...
Yep.
Yeah, I get all like, blah. I don't know. The phone
I wish I would just came up with another name.
Nexus Protect is $69 for the 5X.
Yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah.
I didn't go for it.
It made sense for the Motorola Nexus 6 to be labeled Nexus 6 because it was a 6-inch screen.
Mm-hmm.
The 6P is a 5.7, so it's not really 6 inches. So I don't know what had to keep 6.
According to The Verge, Google didn't specify if there would be deductible when filing accidental damage claims, but the plans are cheaper than what iPhone customers pay. Okay.
So. Okay. Well, I messaged Josh back, and he didn't answer me.
Yeah.
I got a question on Twitter. I don't know if you caught that.
No, go. What do you got,
Tom? David J. He asks, "Do you think there will be a Nexus 5P, same specs?"
No.
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 We're not gonna see another Nexus phone until next year.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah. I highly doubt that.
Looking at Google now, file a claim with our partner Assurant by phone, $79 deductible per claim, and up to 2 incidents of accidental damage over 2 years. So
there you go.
It may not be that much better of an option. I mean, $69 is not bad, but
right. Like you said, pretty comparable to Square Trade.
Yeah, especially if you can with Square Trade, there's always coupons for that. You can get 30 or 40% off of it.
Nice.
I don't know where to look.
Nice.
What's the other questions?
Same guy, he asks, what's your thoughts on the OIS V larger sensor in regards to the camera? I don't think either one of them have optic image stabilization, so
they don't.
That answers that question. Which I kind of, if I was disappointed in anything about that, that's probably the biggest thing I was disappointed in, but it's not a big thing to me, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It just depends on how it performs, and then I'll have a better answer.
Well, and they said that the larger pixel size is supposed to accommodate for a lot of the normal handshake you get by allowing it to take shots in lower light with faster shutter speeds. Whether or not that's all hocus pocus remains to be seen.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm really pumped to look at that camera. I really am, because those sensor sizes look cool, and you see the graph with like, oh, it's this small, and then it's this big. Look, it's like this, and it's like, yeah, that looks really cool. Let's actually see what it does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, looks great, but let's actually get it in hand and let's play with it.
I got a feeling on day one, as soon as the phones start rolling out, there's going to be an awful lot of, here's the Nexus 5X camera, here's the Nexus 5P camera.
Right.
Each video, 100,000 views, easy.
Right, exactly. You got another one, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marshall, he's asking, were we expecting to see an announcement of a Nexus player?
Oh, that's a good question.
I wasn't expecting it because, like, I almost wrote an editorial today, or a rants video, about leaks because it just totally spoils the actual events. Like, there was not much to be surprised at this event at all.
Yeah.
Because of all the leaks that we saw. So it kind of like, I know it's like we all have that feeling like that kid at Christmas time, and we're going through our parents' closets, looking underneath the beds, trying to figure out what presents we got and stuff like that. It's kind of that mentality, but at the same time, if I ever did find one of those presents and I had to reopen it during Christmas time, it just really just spoils it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, I was kind of thinking they might do something to compete with like the new Amazon Fire TV, just to have that 4K. So I was kind of curious that maybe something like that might come out, but I wasn't expecting. I mean, from all the rumors and stuff, it pretty much hit right on with all the rumors we heard, so wasn't too surprised.
I hate to do it, but I think I'm actually going to have to run. We're putting the little one to bed, and pregnant wife has issue that needs dealing with.
All right, man. It's been good. We'll catch you later.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. See you later, Jordan.
Not a problem.
Anyway.
Well, that kind of wraps it up anyway. There's not too much. I did have a couple other questions pop in, or some statements. One, George is telling me that it's just my feed that's messed up, so it's just my end.
Yeah, that's what I had somebody tell me that too. They said your feed's bad.
I don't know why. It just sucks for some reason. And then Emmanuel, he tweeted me saying, not a question, but more of a comment regarding the camera. The initial DxO Mark review is promising rank number 2.
Okay.
So
okay.
Nice. I'll retweet that if you guys want to see that. My Twitter is @BanePeck, so you can see that tweet that Emmanuel just. That's interesting stuff.
Nice. All right, very cool. Well, yeah, Josh, we'll have to try out that other service next time for some kind of live show. It'd be interesting to try that out. What was the name of that service you were talking about?
Blab. It's a new upcoming broadcasting service.
Nice.
And I'm tempted, if you got a few minutes after this, just to throw up a quick one just to see the difference.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, let's do it. We'll share it on social media. So if you guys want to follow us a little bit longer, we're going to play with that. So it'll be a couple minutes, and we'll shoot over to that one. But that's going to kind of wrap up this Hangouts, I think. Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll throw out links to the Blab broadcast in just a few minutes.
Sweet. All right, yeah, so follow us on Twitter and obviously our YouTube channels as well. We'll link everything. You'll have it all. No big deal. But hope you enjoyed this little recap here of the Google event and us just kind of talking about it. So catch you guys in the next one. Rear Junkie out.
Peace.